Good evening, otherworldies. This is Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. Alright, so I want to talk about pitfalls with Bozos, alright, and how you can kind of notice like the subtle little things they do and what they're trying to do when they tell you certain things and they're doing little certain things and just their like subtle little mind games and just the little things they do. And it may seem innocuous like what they're doing, and I want to tell you what you're going through when you're feeling what things are actually red flags and why you're feeling uncomfortable when they do the things that they do. Okay, otherworldlies. So I'm just going to talk about like the stuff they do. Now, I know my audience is mostly older people like myself, so I'm mostly talking to you younger people, or maybe you people who are have just had kind of a history with Bozos. Okay. Now, those of you who don't usually watch my channel and don't know what Bozos are, you're like, well, they're clowns, right? You know, well, yeah. But I mean, they may not be obvious clowns. They may just seem like nice people, okay? They may seem like nice people who are just trying to struggle to get their stuff together, and they seem like they're good company, and they're just like cool, entertaining people that, you know, you're hanging around. You know, they seem like, you know, they're just nice enough people. And sorry, I'm kind of getting over something. You guys might have seen me in my last video. I was walking down to the doctor. Well, I'm still getting over that, so I might be kind of sniffing a little bit, wiping my nose a little bit. Sorry if it's gross. Anyway, so these Bozos, they just may seem innocuous, okay? But they're saying little things, they're doing little things to manipulate you, and they're saying little things to kind of worm their way into your life and kind of stay there. And they're kind of like, how can I say this? They're kind of getting you to accept the bare minimum from them, okay? So those of you who don't know what bare minimum means that you're accepting less than what you're worth, okay? Like, you know, at first they seem like they're kind of like friends or whatever, but they don't want to just be friends with you, okay? They want like a full-blown relationship with you. You know, if you're like, I'm not really looking for a relationship, but can we just hang around and be friends and, you know, like be cool like that? You're like, yeah, sure, okay. If you're attractive, okay, and be honest with yourself. You're not being conceited. Just be honest with yourself. Are you attractive? Well, like, are you? Okay, well, they want to be with you. Okay, so usually when somebody who likes the opposite sex or same sex, okay, and they're hanging around you a whole lot, they want to be with you, okay? Like, let's be grown-ups about it, okay? Don't believe them when they say they just want to be friends. If they keep hanging around you and, like, they're always hanging around you and they don't leave you alone, they don't want to just be friends, okay? They're trying to, like, hang around you all the time so they can be with you, and they're trying to... This is a bozo thing. They're trying to monopolize all your time, okay? Like, anytime you're not at work and not at school and not, like, taking care of your kids or taking care of your aging parents or, like, whatever you have on your plate, okay? Or doing your volunteer work or, like, whatever you have to do that's your responsibility or whatever, okay? They're like, and you just happen to be single, like, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe he or she is single. Like, they cannot believe their luck. Okay, and you may have just gotten out of some, like, you know, 5-10 year relationship or something, or, you know, broken up with someone like you were really into and you're super sad about it, and you're like, I'm not really ready to get into another relationship, and they're thinking, yes, you are, haha, you know, and they're like thinking all this stuff, like, you know, they've got plans for you, like, trust me, they do, okay? So they're, you know, they're not respecting a darn thing you say. They're pretending to, but they don't, okay? So they've got a plan, all right? So they're, you think that they're cool and you think that they're like going along with whatever you say or whatever. They're just saying what they think you want to hear, all right? They're, like people are basically selfish, not just bozos. I mean like everybody, okay? And like every single human being, not just bozos. And it's you included, okay? Like every single human being has an agenda. All right, it's not just slimy people like bozos, like every single human being, like your mom and dad and you and all your friends, and like every single human being has an agenda. All right, including these bozos. But these bozos are like, okay, let's just get dark for a minute. They really do have an agenda, and they really don't care about the outcome as long as it turns out their way, okay? And they may even turn into criminals about it, okay? You may even the thing about bozos is you usually have to end up involving law enforcement to get rid of them, okay? That's the difference between like a normal person and a bozo, okay? Like normal people respect your space, and when you're like, I'm really not interested or whatever, and you turn them away or whatever, and they go away, and they're just kind of like, oh wow, this person really doesn't like me or whatever. Like if someone told me they didn't like me or whatever, I would just be like, okay, just leave them alone or whatever, right? Because I figure someone else would like me. Okay, they're not like that, okay? They're stalkers, and they'll do whatever. They don't care about your feelings. Okay, because they only care about their feelings, okay? They don't have empathy. Excuse me, they don't have empathy. All right, you know how I talk about narcissists all the time and other people with disorders where they lack empathy? Okay, the bozo is on the same page, because the bozo is usually doing drugs, okay? And when people do drugs, they also lack empathy. And the bozo may have some kind of mental illness where they don't have empathy also. Okay, so there will be times when the bozo seems to have empathy, but they're faking it, okay? They will have other times where they're pretending to care about your feelings, but they're just doing it to manipulate you, okay? They're not like normal people, they get their feelings hurt. That doesn't mean they have empathy for you, just because they are capable of getting their feelings hurt, okay? So make sure you're making that distinction. Just because they're sensitive and get their feelings hurt doesn't mean they have the capacity to care about the way you feel. Because trust me, they don't. They don't care about you or your feelings. Like F your feelings, okay? They absolutely do not care about you, okay? No. Okay, so they here are these bozos, but they do a really good job pretending, because some people have to grow up and pretend that they care about other people's feelings. Because what happens when you're a little kid? You do something messed up, and what does the teacher say? What do your parents say? You just did something that hurt so-and-so's feelings, say sorry. And then they make you say sorry to that person. Okay, do you feel bad about it? No. Because whatever you did to that person, you meant to do it, right? Like you said something mean to somebody because they did something messed up to you, right? So you said something mean back. And that teacher or your mom and dad or somebody made you apologize. You did not feel bad about it, right? I mean, let's just keep it real. They made you apologize. You did not want to apologize. Okay, the bozo is still like that. They're just doing it to get what they want, right? Okay, so they're still doing that as an adult. They have not developed empathy. They're just in that group of people that never did. Okay, they're just as bad as a narcissist. In fact, they could be a narcissist. I mean, I think a bozo and a narcissist is two different things, but they're just as bad as one. You need to throw the whole garbage person out. Okay, a bozo is no good. So they're just on the list of people you need to avoid. All right, so they're just as manipulative. They're just as cunning. They actually seem kind of dumb, so you don't realize how manipulative they actually are, okay? Because they don't seem so like such a threat. They really don't, because they don't seem very bright. But that's what makes them so dangerous. Because stupid people are actually very dangerous. They are. Like, the dumber somebody is, the more dangerous they are. Okay? And they don't care. If you are around somebody who doesn't care, that makes them more dangerous. The more somebody doesn't care, the more dangerous they are. And the dumber somebody is, the more dangerous they are. So I really, if I can get any point across to you today, let me make that point, okay? So here's things about bozos. They worm their way in. They act like they're just entertaining you. Here's this other thing about bozos, okay? They're extremely entertaining because they're like, here's you. This is the kind of person you are, okay? You're somebody who is going to go places in life because you probably have a full-time job. You probably go to school. You probably volunteer. You're probably adding value to society, okay? You probably have a lot going for you. Like, everybody likes you. You're probably fairly popular in school. You're probably attractive, okay? You probably, you're doing your thing. You're slaying over here. You're doing this. You're doing that. Maybe you drive a cool car. I mean, like, I don't know you, but you probably have a lot going for you, okay? So you probably, like, have this talent or do this or do that. The bozo is lacking, okay? So the bozo tells you a bunch of stories about themselves that aren't true, okay? And they're kind of cosplaying as something. Like, they're not like really cosplaying as something. Like, they're not dressing up like an animal or like a knight or anything like that. But they probably came from some other state or some other city or something, so they're probably play acting as something, okay, and talking themselves up and acting like something they're not, okay? So first of all, they're making up stories about themselves to make themselves sound really cool, okay? And so they're telling all these stories about all this cool stuff they did when they lived in that other place, okay? So the thing about the bozo is, you're thinking, if you were so cool over there, why are you over here? Okay, so they were probably, getting their asses handed to them all the time in fights, and they were probably, just a real punk over there, okay? So you got to take into consideration, if they were all that over there, they would not be over here, okay? So they're just making a bunch of stuff up, and everybody thinks that they're a huge joke. Okay, so if they were so cool over there where they used to live, they wouldn't need to live over here where they're nobody. Okay, so you're all that, and they're just stupid. And so you have to just be realistic that you can't believe anything they say about themselves. All right, so I hope you're not that naive to believe anything they're saying about themselves, okay? Because they're just exaggerating everything. They're probably telling a story about, like, their best friend or somebody who was really cool, or someone cool who went to their school, or whatever. They're just, everything they're making up about themselves is a lie, okay? So they're doing things like, they're starting to say they like you and all this kind of stuff. And these people are, like, chronically underemployed. So they can't really do anything but, go to the convenience store and buy you, like, like a $2 rose, or, like one of those little foil balloon on a stick, or, like a candy bar every once in a while, or, stuff like your middle school boyfriend used to buy you, okay? But you guys are, like, 18. Okay, so I'm just saying, like, what's going on, like, what they can do for you. And then they'll say, I wish I could do more for you. Okay, there's a difference between somebody who says they wish they can do more for you and someone who actually can. Okay, what you should do is you should be looking your best at all times. Okay, don't leave the house looking a hot mess. Like, I'm sick, but I still do my hair and I still put all my makeup on. And you can see that you can see that I'm sick, okay? You can see that I'm sick and I'm making a video. You can see I'm sick and I still walk around outside and do things, okay? And I'm still doing my job. But it's like, I still try to look as good as I possibly can and like do whatever. Okay, I don't ever like leave the house unless I look as good as I possibly can. And I'm sick, okay? I'm just keeping it real. And you got to look your possible best, because someone could be pulling up in a Ferrari or something and be like, hey, you look good. You want to have some lunch? And they could take you somewhere really nice. And you're already dressed up to go, okay? You don't want to look a hot mess. You don't want to be walking around in some sweatpants and your hair up in a bun and like no makeup on and like looking approachable to a bozo, okay? Because you probably looked fine already, and the bozo probably approached you and you were probably open to talking to him, even though you already looked good, okay? So you gotta, you could be sick and the rich guy will buy you your medicine. I mean, like, you never know. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but you never know, like, what's going to happen. You want to look great at all times, so you could just drop everything and just get ready to have a provider spend money on you, okay? You don't need to be around all these bozos who well, I can walk you to the doctor. I mean, like, you don't want people in your life like that, okay? So you just want to look your best at all times. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be ready for opportunity when it knocks. All right? So you don't want to attract dusties, and bozos are basically dusties. Okay? So they will say, I wish I could do more for you. Okay? So, well, if you wished you could do more for me, you would have a job. If you actually wish that. Okay, so that's a fact. You should never accept someone saying that to you. Okay, so I'm talking to you girls who give boyfriends a time of day, who say things like that to you. Boyfriends who think spending quality time is walking you to your nails appointment but don't pay for your nails. Okay. Boyfriends who think they need to walk you to all your appointments and think that's quality time. No, you need guys in your life who are making your life easier, not just taking up all your time. You want guys who are actually making your life easier, not just annoying you all the time, okay? Because when other people see you with your loser boyfriend, they think that's what you're into, and he's just hanging around you all the time, so no other guys will talk to you, and they'll, he's just trying to, we're just friends or whatever. But whenever people see you with that guy, they think that's your boyfriend, even if it's not. Okay, so if he's walking you everywhere, other guys aren't going to come up and talk to you because he's going to be hovering around you all the time, acting like your bodyguard, so no other guys come up and talk to you, so everyone's like afraid to talk to you. So even if you guys aren't even together, that's what it's going to look like, okay? So you want to make sure you get this guy to go away from you. So as soon as a guy comes up and talks to you, if he doesn't take you out immediately, don't even be like trying to have all these guys as friends, because every guy who meets you wants to sleep with you, okay? If you're a girl, because you have a vagina, okay? And that's how guys are. Guys are visual. Guys will see a woman that they find attractive, and even women they don't find attractive. That's how guys are. Guys see women and they want to have sex. Okay? So that's the reason guys are hanging around you. Guys don't need all this friendship from women. Okay? Guys hang around other guys to have friendships because men understand each other. All right? Like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, man, I feel you. Yeah, king. Don't let that bother you. Okay? Because men understand each other. All right? Women understand each other. Women understand women's emotions. And, like, we understand that when we're about to have our periods, everything hurts our feelings. Okay? Like, we think the same way. Okay? Guys think the same way. Men want to be friends with women because they want to sleep with us. That's why they're hanging around us. So if a guy is around you and he doesn't ask you out right away, or he doesn't try to get your number so he can call you and ask you out, don't have a guy call you and keep you on the phone. If he's not asking you out right away, get off the phone with him. Don't be texting him all the time. He needs to ask you out and start spending money on you right away. You need to have this guy who's in a provider mindset. If he's not making your life easier right away, just get rid of him, okay? You don't need a bunch of guys as friends. It's okay to have a few guys as friends, like, you know, your homeboys, your friends you grew up with or whatever. Like, it's okay, but you don't need all these guy friends. Guys want to sleep with you. That's why they're your friends, okay? You don't need all that in your life. You need these men who are providing for you, making your life easier. Life as a woman is hard. You don't need all these bozos just taking up all your time, wasting all your youth and beauty, okay? Just keeping real men away from you. All right? Now, here's another thing bozos do. Okay. I had this guy that I used to talk to on the phone. And I thought that he was really money-minded, so I thought, okay, you know, this guy has potential or whatever. Don't deal with guys with potential. Either he's got it or he doesn't have it. But I was real young. I was like in my early 20s, so like I didn't know better yet. Okay, because like I'm way older than that now. Okay, but I kind of didn't know yet. So he's on the phone with me, and here's another thing, like I just said, don't be on the phone a lot with guys. So he's talking to me about like how, you know, this costs this and that costs this, and he goes, and I have all these bills and blah, 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 you know, and I go, well, it sounds like you can't really date right now. And he just got like really offended. So he's looking for somebody to build with him. Okay, I'm not trying to spend my money on a man. I'm trying to spend money on my makeup and my hair. Okay. Sorry, if you're a girl and you want pretty hair, it costs money. All right. You see me on here with all kinds of hair, all kinds of different colored hair, all kinds of long hair, all kinds of pink hair, all kinds of red hair. That kind of stuff costs a lot of money. You guys know my eyelashes aren't real. Okay? That stuff costs money. Okay? If you want a woman who builds with you, you need to find a woman who makes a whole bunch of money and is willing to be a sugar mama. Okay? That's not me. I want to be taken care of. I want to be able to spend my own money on me. Okay? I don't want to spend my money on making your life easier. Sorry, my money is for me. I'm old-fashioned. I got that old world European mindset, okay? I'm not trying to give my money to a man. So when guys start in on you with that, how their money had to go to this and how their money had to, well, it sounds like you can't really afford to have a girlfriend. So maybe I'm just too direct because I'm an ENTJ, so, you know, I'm way too blunt, I guess, for people. But, you know, you could just say, hey, you know, I'm really glad we're friends. And, you know, you could start putting them in the friend zone. You could be a little, like, less direct because I'm too much. You know, or you could say, you know, I hope you find a woman who understands, you know, like, that's a little rude too. But you can start friend zoning that guy. So if you want to stay friends with him, I mean, that's up to you. Again, I don't think we need all these guy friends. But if you like him as a person, but he's trying to get you to build. He's trying to get you to say, oh, well, I have some money. Oh, well, I can pay to come see you. Let me get in an Uber. Let me come over and, oh, I can take us out to dinner. And, he wants you to, throw your cash in the ring. Okay? So, he thought he found a modern American woman, and he didn't. And when I think about it, like his previous relationship, his first wife was kind of like a sugar mama. And she kind of like, I saw a picture of her, she looked like me a little bit. So like I was his type, but the first wife was older, and I think she was like a sugar mama type. And of course she got rid of him because she was just probably tired of his crap. And I think he was looking for that again. And he wasn't going to find it in me. Because I'm just not, I'm not going to be a sugar mama for anybody. I mean, like, I don't care how cute you are. Like, the man is never going to be the prize. I'm never going to be a sugar mama. And he was just, it's not like he was even younger than me. I mean, like, I don't know why he thought we were going to have that kind of arrangement. But he kept trying to hint, and like say little things in the conversation. Well, it kind of sounds like this isn't going to work out. And, and like I could almost see him on the other side of the phone go, But Bozos will try that too. So he wasn't like a total broke bozo, but I mean, he could only just really spend the money on himself, and he expected me to come up with money, and it's just like, no. I mean, I need to spend my money on me. I need a man making my life easier. I don't need to put my money, into a man. And women don't need to be taking care of men. Women need to be taking care of ourselves. If we have a man, the man needs to be taking care of us, not the other way around. But Bozos will try. Bozos will try. That's what I'm going to tell you about that. Bozos will try. The only thing Bozos really are good for is telling made-up stories and walking you everywhere to keep other men away from you. And they talk about sex a lot. And if you're a woman who's about anything, you shouldn't care about sex. You could have sex with yourself. You could have sex with another woman. Okay, or you can go without sex, because there are so many other things you could be doing. Okay? And people who are about the bag don't care about sex too much. It's like very low on the list of priorities, okay? If you care about it that much, there are things you can order online to take care of that. If you care about it that much. But if you care about sex too much, that's going to be your downfall as a woman. And those bozos will start bringing sex up and just look at them and go, ew. Act like you don't like it. Act like you don't want it. And watch the look on their face. They'll be like, what? She's not a horny bitch? And they will just be like, I can't digmatize her. They will just be shocked. They will be very insecure because they are used to thinking they're cute, because they might be cute. Those bozos might be cute. A lot of them are. They're used to controlling women with their sex appeal, because that's all they have to offer, and you don't want it. Because if you're a woman, everybody wants what you have. What you have is completely valuable, and what they have really isn't. I'm going to keep it real. What they have is not valuable. What you have is. Everything you have is valuable, from your nurturing spirit to your vagina to your mind to your creativity. to everything that you do. All of your skills, okay, to your imagination. He's not offering you anything. You were already overqualified before he even approached you. So the minute you figure out he's a bozo, you got to get rid of him. If you accidentally give him your number, or he's on your social media or whatever, just be like block, delete, ghost, whatever. Just get rid of him as soon as you figure out he's a bozo. And it might take you a minute, and you might think he's cool, you might think he's a cool friend or whatever. The minute you figure out he's a bozo and he's trying to take over your life, get rid of him. You might have to involve the cops. Get rid of him as soon as you figure it out. Because you could be alone, and that's fine. Or the right man could just be around the corner. Okay, so you're okay by yourself, and you're good with the right man. Okay, so I'll be back with more bozo videos, because I know you guys like the bozo videos, and I haven't been doing them for a while, so I will be back doing more bozo videos. But I'm not going to make this too much longer, and I love you all. This has been Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. Sorry, you guys, I keep coming on here when I'm sick, but if I don't, I'm not going to be making videos, okay? I'm going to keep you guys from watching my stuff, and I really just want to make content for you guys. So I really hope you liked this, and I will see you in the next content. I love you all. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.